Hey everybody, G-Man76 back at you here. So today I'm actually doing some actual digging work with my loader. First real job I'm actually doing. So there was a garden shed in this spot. I actually have a video of me demolishing it with the tractor. So now I'm filling in the hole, trying to get the land all leveled out so I can get some grass growing. This part of my land is pretty bad for, I don't know, I have a hard time growing weeds out here, so I'm going to put some nice fresh dirt on there, try to get something better next year. So yeah, so this is the first digging job that I do. Kind of new with this tractor. I'm not super familiar with all the functions and everything. Sometimes my functions are a bit jerky. I have driven tractors quite a bit, but this one actually is my first time driving this one. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun actually. It works really good. Definitely enjoyed doing this work with it. Great tractor. Hope you guys enjoy. Feel free to comment. Tell me that I'm doing everything absolutely wrong if you feel like it. As long as you have fun. Hope you enjoy. So one of the things I like to do when I'm doing leveling work like this is I try to keep my work surface as clean or as level as possible. So I don't like dumping big piles and then moving around on them because it ends up having a very uneven and unevenly packed surface. And you end up just making, as your wheels go through the stuff, it ends up making more ruts, and then they just transfer into more ruts. So I take quite a bit of care into leveling everything out as much as possible, trying to build the surface up in layers, and to try to keep a flat working area as much as possible. That way my tractor's not bouncing, it's a lot more of a comfortable ride for me. And the final result is a lot better because you end up having a more evenly packed surface, I would say. It might take a bit more time, but I think the result speaks for itself at the end. One of the things I have here when I dug out to get everything around from the garden shed, I did pick up a lot of sod, and trying to level out sod is a bit of a job because I mean it just wants to clump up on you, so I end up having to use my loader just to pack it down and to break up the roots and the grass so that I have more of an even surface. So every now and then you kind of see a little hill kind of fighting me a little bit, and that's okay. I mean, I just drive over it and pack it down, and eventually it just kind of gives up and makes it to a nice flat surface. Well, my tractor on high speed sounds like a bunch of angry bees or a hornet's nest at you. It's kind of funny. It sounds like a big chainsaw. can definitely tell that this tractor is borderline unsafe to do any kind of work with, loader work that is, without any rear ballast. And I'm just too lazy or hard-headed to get actual rear ballast on the tractor right now. But you can see as I'm working, the back wheels are constantly leaving the ground. And that's just very dangerous. So, I mean, I'm on flat land right now, and you know, I'm not worried that I'll be having any accidents, but definitely need some counterweight on there to get something going, because it is quite dicey when you have a bit of weight in the bucket. It is wintertime coming up here. Should be getting snow within the next couple of weeks. So I'll have the snow blower on the back, which it weighs a couple of 500-600 pounds, and lifting snow was not heavy, so that's not a problem. But come next spring, definitely gonna need to do something about the rear ballast situation. I suppose my neighbor got tired of me and my shenanigans. We used to have this chain link fence between our two properties, and now I suppose he picked up out of some garbage sale these ugly as hell fence panels that he just propped up on the chain link fence, which is kind of funny because every time it rains, the wind blows, they end up falling off in his property. And so he has to go out with his family and pick them up again. And it's quite hilarious. Little does he know, I was actually planning on building a 7-foot fence between the two of us, just for privacy and the fact that he's got something like 7 children, and I really don't like having them, look over me when I'm in the pool or on my property or something like that. So I already have the post hole digger, and I'm going to be set up to put the privacy fence up. But I don't know, these panels, they just look like hell. Did overhear a few comments from him. It's kind of funny because when I bought the property, and it's a little bit over half an acre, but I got here. And the reason I got the Kubota is I'm planning on moving out to the country and getting more land. So this is kind of, preparing for the future type of situation. But I mean, free country, my money, do whatever I want to do with my stuff. And if I want to buy a damn tractor, well, I'll buy a tractor. And I kind of overheard that he wasn't pleased with the fact that I'm, working in my yard with a, fairly large machine, I would say, for some people's opinion, in urban area. And this was relayed to me by another neighbor that I get along with very well. And my answer to that was pretty simple. I mean, hey, don't make me buy a D9 to clear out the snow on my driveway, because I really don't care if you don't really like my making noise with my tractor. I don't really appreciate your 7 kids screaming at me on a Saturday morning. So to each their own, whatever. But yeah, I'm definitely not gonna not use my tractor just because you have an objection. So I'm fighting with some sod that's on the surface here, so it's kind of giving me a difficult time in having a nice level surface. So I just gotta kind of drive over it a bunch of times, break it down, and then it'll look pretty good. But it's a bit of a chore. Thinking about this, if I do any, because there's kind of a hill and a bump to the right of where I'm working right now, and I was going to plan on digging that up and leveling it out. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with a roller tiller first, break up all the sod, and then that way it'll just be so much more easier to just dig and get it all done and taken care of. So this is just me being a perfectionist. It's pretty good as it is, but I'm gonna try to make this as perfect as I possibly can. Try to not have any puddles or any high spots. There's a bit of a depression or a little bit of a ditch right where the fence is, where I'm hoping the water will just roll into and then drain up to the front of my property and then disappear. Um, and that's pretty much it. So I'm just trying to make this as level as possible, making no ruts, no bumps or anything like that. And then in the springtime, I'll just hopefully throw some grass seed over it, and hopefully it'll grow faster than the weeds do. So I've got a bit of a low spot that I just noticed there, so I'm going to throw a bit more ground on it, try to even it out. Getting a lot of debris in the last layers of ground that I'm putting on, so it's a bit more of a task just to get everything clean and everything sorted out. But yeah, I think that it's starting to look pretty good. All right, so finishing this up, it's starting to look pretty good. I'm going to leave that as it is. Sorry for the very poor image quality here. Quite don't know what I'm doing with the GoPro yet. But very even, good quality soil. Grass should grow pretty good on there. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. And have a great day.